If you guys didn't know, I'm Malaysian, and today I'm here with two of my friends to tell you what it's like to live in Malaysia.
Hello, I'm Ashlan.
And hi, I'm Kleexun.
And then we'll also be answering your questions about the country. Is it true that we live on trees and there's no Wi-Fi here? Well, stay tuned to find out. This video is longer than any video I've ever posted so far, so sit back and grab yourself some roti canai. And on a side note, I apologize for the audio quality in advance. Our setup looked like this. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Over here, it's really hot, like all the time.
It's either monsoon season or just dry season.
Yeah, the average temperature here is 27 degrees Celsius.
No way, it might be like 30 at this point.
It's not 37 anymore.
Yeah,
It's
no.
usually
Yeah, I think we were reaching like 30 on average.
it's
Most days.
always so hot here.
And also, it also rains a lot. Just yesterday, at 2-3 p.m, it's just blazing hot without any clouds. And it's very hot outside. Then later at 4:30 or so, it is just raining, and it's that kind of rain that you cannot see tall buildings at all.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Malaysia is a multicultural country, so there's a lot of different races and ethnicities living here, which means that there's a lot of holidays here as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of holidays. So you get the Chinese New Year's.
Yeah, and then there's
Hari
Hari
Raya
Raya,
Idul Fitri.
and then there's also Deepavali. We also all speak a lot of languages. The average Malaysian would know how to speak 2 to 3 languages.
Yeah, for example, I know 5.
I know 3. They're gonna speak Chinese, English,
I'm a
and
banana,
Malay.
so I only know 2.
So as you also know, Malaysia is a Muslim country, which means in fast food restaurants, there's no pork options, which I didn't realize that until one time I was at Thailand and I was at a fast food restaurant and I was ordering food and I was surprised there were pork burgers because those things don't exist in Malaysia.
They do exist, it's just that it's not in most restaurants that do serve burgers that are halal.
The economy here is like all of the things here are relatively cheap for people from the West.
The conversion rate of the US dollar is 4 ringgit to 1 USD.
3.9.
3.9 now.
It's hovering now.
Yeah, okay, so stuff here is all really cheap for you guys, but then stuff outside of Malaysia is very expensive for us. Like, every time I want to buy merch from some content creator that I like, I go to their shop and all the stuff is so expensive I cannot get anything.
Yeah, same.
If you want to buy anything outside of Malaysia that is standard USD prices, it's gonna be so expensive. So you know how Malaysia is close to Indonesia? And a few years back, Indonesia would often burn stuff, burning trash or just burning the forest.
It was mostly burning forest, I think.
Yeah, and that would cause like haze here in Malaysia. And because of that haze, we would get holidays from school. It used to happen pretty often, but it doesn't happen that much anymore.
Yeah, other than haze, there's relatively less natural disasters here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the position of Malaysia makes it so that natural disasters are generally less here compared to other countries.
But if you're close to rivers, you need to take care lah.
If you're close to a river, you're basically...
Yeah, if it's monsoon season, the river will overflow.
Yep.
It's just how much.
Not to mention our drainage systems are not exactly the best. They're always clogged, honestly.
It's getting better these years, but still bad.
For the schools here, for the government schools, on Fridays we have early school dismissals. And that's because the Muslims have to go to the mosque.
To pray.
Yeah, they have to go to pray. So, it's like for example, from my school, usually school dismisses at 2 p.m. But on Fridays we dismiss at 12:30.
It's the same for working as well. If you're in a government job here, you basically get very long lunch breaks at Fridays. It's like 2 to 4 hours.
Maybe my lunch break is like 1 hour.
Yeah, normally it's 1 hour or half an hour.
Hello, editing Ray here, there is something I want to add on to the video, which is summer. Because I get asked about this a lot. Summer doesn't exist in Malaysia. It's hot all year round. And yes, we don't have summer break either. And you probably think that sucks. Well, first of all, we still have semester break. It's just at the end of the year, which usually is somewhere in December till January, which is not that long compared to your typical summer break, but do keep in mind we have lots of other holidays throughout the year as well. And regarding the it's hot all year round thing, it's actually not that bad because almost every single building here has air conditioning. Even the cars have it too. So if it's a super hot day, you just stay inside and use the aircon. Back to the video. So I also made a YouTube post asking you guys if you have any questions regarding Malaysia, and now we're gonna answer some of the questions. The first question a few of you guys asked me, what's it like being Christian in a Muslim country? And to be honest, nothing much really changes, because here in Malaysia there's a bunch of different cultures here, right? We're all like really tolerant of each other's religion and stuff. Yeah, so basically nothing mainly changes.
There's one time I had a friend from other country. I was in a car with her. We went through a place, there's a mosque, then a Chinese temple, then a Hindu temple, then a church, right beside each other. And she was surprised that this can exist here. And I was like confused, like, do they not exist in your country? And she was like, no. From the way she tell me, if this is right next to each other in other countries, most likely it will be tear down one way or another.
Next question, how is the food over here? So the food over here is really good, and there's a few food I would recommend to people coming here you must try if you come to Malaysia. There's nasi lemak, roti canai, char kway teow, kuih muih, curry puff, and Hokkien mee.
The Penang one is the real one. The second one. I recommend something like wonton mee as well.
Yeah, wonton mee are good.
If you're here, then try out the youtiao or yao zhou bai. I guess they're called fried dough sticks, I guess.
Yeah, also you
It's
can
a
try
seasoning
bak
kind of-
kut teh because I like eating those like dipped inside bak kut teh. Next question. Do you like durian? Do you ever taste durian? I love durian. No, none of us like to eat durian.
Yeah, no.
I don't hate durian, it's just that I can't eat it because when I smell it, I basically die.
It smells like petrol. I don't like it. I really don't.
Yeah, there's only like two opinions about durian when it comes to it.
You either really like it or you hate it with your whole life. Okay, next question is from NGX50. What's it like to talk to people who know nothing about Malaysia? Like, is it awkward because there's some things that should be obvious or not? Are they just clueless along with maybe they have some misconceptions? Okay, there's already a few examples here in the comment section. Is it true that we live on trees? No.
No,
we don't.
Why?
We don't live on trees.
Where we live in tall buildings. Like literally the second tallest building on the planet is here. And we still have our twin towers.
Okay, so this other one, I find it a little bit ridiculous. Do Malaysians eat noodles? I heard that Malaysians don't like noodles at all. How did you come to this conclusion? We eat noodles. There's literally like instant noodles here.
But we live next to a country that's Indomie, man. How do you think we don't eat noodles?
Okay, moving on. What would be a place you personally recommend anyone to visit in Malaysia? Okay, so this depends on if you're more of a city person or a nature person. If you like urban places more, you should go to KL, definitely, and then Penang, Pahang, Cameron, or Genting Highlands, and Malacca. Malacca is more of like a historical place. This is like also really cool stuff here. There. If you're more of a nature person, you should go to the Taman Negara at Pahang, Langkawi, Sekinchan, or just go to Borneo, Malaysia, which is Sabah and Sarawak.
One more thing, like if you like the seas like me, I would recommend you to go to the eastern coast of Malaysia Peninsula. I went to Sabah and east coast of Malaysia before. I would say Terengganu one is better.
Oh.
Like the water there is cleaner. Both are very clean, but the water at Terengganu is way cleaner.
Okay. Our next question is by Fully. How do you guys deal with the hot temperature here? Fans and air conditioners? You can't find a building without air conditioning here.
Yeah, basically every building has an air conditioner or fan.
Yeah. Okay, next question, Spy Rice. What's the wildlife there like? Most commonly, you can see a lot of monkeys here. And one thing about the monkeys, if you come to Malaysia and you see a monkey, please do not feed them.
Yeah, don't.
Do not go near them holding food. They will come and rob you. Stay away from them. Do not feed them. They will just come back and asking you for more.
They'll try to take your entire bag,
Yeah.
even if it's a backpack. So monkeys are pretty dangerous here and very common.
Other than that, geckos here are also really common. The geckos on the walls. And at night, you see them all the time.
What's not common is in the forest around here, there's elephants. My mother's hometown is at Kelantan.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much 2-3 times a year I have to travel from Penang to Kelantan. And in the middle we'll pass through like a lot of forests. And almost every time we'll meet a herd of elephants.
Speaking of like the iconic animals in Malaysia, there's Malayan tigers, Malayan tapir, orangutan. There's this specific species of monkeys where it's like black and it has like white rings around its eyes. Those monkeys are really cool, and the babies are golden. There's also this very cool snail. It's called a fire snail, which is only found in Malaysia.
And also hornbills. If you want to see a lot of hornbills, you can go to Tioman Island.
Moving on to the next question. What's your favorite kueh? My favorite kueh is fried lobak kueh and kueh serimuka.
My favorite kueh is kueh babalu.
And my favorite kueh is waji.
How's the summer there? Is it boiling hot like the rest of Southeast Asia?
Yes.
Are you local? Yes, we are all local. Do you feel patriotic about Malaysia?
Yes.
I do. Last question. Do you have any local bands / musical acts you like? Local artists? I don't really listen to the local artists here that much. But during Chinese New Year, there's like a few artists / bands from Malaysia. They make pretty good music, I'd say. I'll put some on the screen. But other than that, I just don't listen to local artists / bands. And that's all for this video.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for watching. You guys should visit Malaysia because it's a really nice place. Bye bye.
Bye bye. We still have $20.
Stop saying that.